Welcome back to the channel, RacerX here, and today I came by my local Dodge dealership, which in this case is courtesy Dodge Jeep Chrysler Ram in Tampa. This is actually the dealership where I bought my Demon, and I film all the time to film a different video for you guys. And I saw this joker sitting outside, and it got me wondering, what is going on with the Dodge Hornet? We already know that the Hornet has basically gone away. We know it's built in Italy off the Alfa Romeo Tonale platform, so it's essentially the same vehicle. And because it is built in Italy and imported, it is subject to the additional 25% tariff that Trump kind of instituted here just a little while back. And you're not even seeing these hit dealerships anymore. But what is actually going on with the price of these Hornets? I'm going to kind of look into it a little bit today. Should be kind of interesting. If you guys are brand new, please do me a big gigantic favor, hit subscribe. You can find that button over here, and off we go.
T-minus 15 seconds.
So as you can see, this particular Hornet is a 2023. This is the first year these vehicles were made. They showed us the Hornet back at Roadkill Nights in 2022, and they showed us not only this GT version, but the RT, and of course the GLH, which was billed as their high-performance Hornet, which ultimately got scrapped. And these did start hitting the dealerships kind of the mid part of 2023, but it wasn't well received. And I think a big reason why is they build this as part of the Brotherhood of Muscle. They had all sorts of commercials out there about, feel the sting of the Hornet.
We welcome our newest brothers to the first family of muscle. The mighty, power-packed Dodge Hornet and Dodge Hornet RT. Welcome to the Brotherhood of Muscle.
All that kind of stuff. And this vehicle is actually really capable. I mean, this GT comes with a 268 horsepower four-cylinder engine. It's a turbo and all-wheel drive. I mean, it has decent equipment in it. It's not a bad-looking vehicle, even though it is, in fact, an Alfa Romeo Tonale, which was just billed as a Dodge, different badge on the hood. But it was not well received by the Brotherhood of Muscle at all, unfortunately. Now you can see what they were asking for this Hornet. Keep in mind that this thing only has like 20,000 miles on it. It probably came in off of a lease would be my guess. They did get it sold. I don't believe the buyer paid what you see here on the sticker, but keep in mind this thing's stickered for probably around $35,000. Base price was right around $31 for these, but this one has a few decent options on it. But this is kind of what I'm seeing on the Hornets right now. I mean, these things can be had for right around that $20,000 mark in almost pristine condition. And here is the aforementioned Hurricane 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo engine making 265 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. That's pretty common for these turbo engines to make more torque than they do horsepower. And I will freely admit that this vehicle is pretty darty to drive. As a matter of fact, the low-end punch on this one, I actually prefer it over the RT version of this, which makes 20 more horsepower and almost 100 more pound-feet of torque. But this is a very light, darty vehicle. It's the most powerful one in the class. But then again, it's not well received. It is a little bit of a weird thing because this particular vehicle, being that it's really darty, it was kind of billed as a fun little car to drive, kind of does all things well. But did it appeal to a segment that made sense? I thought I might give you a real quick look at the interior of the Dodge Hornet. If you've never sat in one, never seen the inside of this, it is a pretty nice place to sit. Although the big rub with a lot of people is the fact that it feels nothing like a traditional Mopar. And I would agree with that statement. I mean, just the lines in this vehicle are very, very different than what you would get on a traditional Mopar, because it's not a traditional Mopar. As I mentioned, it's a rebranded Alfa Romeo Tonale with just a different badge on the hood, different badge on the steering wheel, but it is a pretty nice place to sit. I mean, the interior on this thing really isn't bad at all. It's got a fair amount of room back here as well. I mean, it's a very useful small SUV or crossover, if you will. Now that I'm sitting in this vehicle, and I don't know how this has escaped me up until now, but it feels an awful lot like the new Charger in some ways. I mean, this little plasticky piece right down here where you control the climate, this screen is not as big as you would get in the Charger, but kind of that flat dash right here, the double stitching, just some of the cues feel very similar to sitting in the Charger. Of course, we know this vehicle and the Charger were both designed under the Carlos Tavares regime, and there's a lot of European influence on both of those two cars. We see this right here. We know in the Charger it's a pistol grip shifter, but you can really tell that this was designed by Europeans. When you're sitting in it, it does not really feel like a Dodge. I do really like the interior of the new Charger, but this just doesn't really fit the mold. I just got done checking Auto Trader for the price of Dodge Hornets around me, and there aren't really all that many out there to begin with. Dodge didn't produce that many, they didn't sell that many, and you're seeing them go for like low 20s, even high teens, with not very many miles on them that have pretty good equipment in it. I mean, sitting in this, it doesn't feel like it's equipped poorly at all. It actually feels like a pretty nice car as I sit in it. I've already driven these multiple times. They're very darty and fun to drive. It's just not a vehicle doing well in the marketplace. And I've talked about it before. It hits a very weird market segment because the typical soccer mom that wants to go out and buy a small SUV or a crossover, you know, the RAV4 and the Mazdas of the world, you know, they have a lot of different options out there. They don't necessarily want something that's sporty and fun. They want something that has reliability. They want something with a whole bunch of cup holders, and they look for kind of different things than your average performance enthusiast would look for. So, you know, this market segment doesn't really exist in my mind. In the Alfa Romeo Tonale, that vehicle didn't do well either, especially in the American market. I mean, they sold almost none of those things, and that was at a higher price point than where this Hornet hits. And it's really interesting because even if you made a Toyota RAV4, which is one of the best-selling small SUVs in the world, and you had this thing out there for the exact same price, despite the fact that this is a better performing vehicle, the RAV4 is going to get bought 9 out of 10 times. It's just, that is the consumer. They think Toyota, they think reliability. They don't think Dodge and darty and brotherhood of muscle. I will admit it's been a little while since I've driven one of these Hornets, but I feel the same way about it now that I did when I first reviewed it. It feels very darty and very light on its feet. It definitely does not feel like it's lacking power. I've got a little straightaway right here. Lean into it. Now go for the pedal. Here it comes. It does not feel slow whatsoever. And I kind of get mixed reviews from people that actually own this car. And those are the things that I really think about. I mean, what do people tell me about it that actually own it, right? The people that live with it every day. And it's been kind of a litany of things that I've heard. Some people tell me, hey, look, I have a Hornet, but I absolutely love it. It's given me no problems whatsoever. It definitely feels darty and light on its feet. And I can see that because if you go drive a RAV4, this thing will make a RAV4 feel like it's nailed to the ground. I mean, it is much quicker. It is a much more capable car. It feels much dartier to drive. I really do like this Hurricane 4 engine. But other people have come and say, hey, look, you know, I have a Hornet. It's been giving me problems. It's in and out of the shop. And then I've got all sorts of feedback sort of in between. Oh, I've only had 1 or 2 issues, this, and this. And so I don't really know what to think about this vehicle. I mean, it hits, like I said, it kind of hits that weird market segment. It also seems to just get very, very different reviews from everybody I talk to. I'm not sure how to feel about it, but my own personal experience in this little Hornet GT is pretty good. I mean, other than the fact it just doesn't really feel all that much like a Dodge, it's still a pretty nice little car to drive. I mean, you really can't deny what this thing will do, right? I mean, it's 140 mile an hour top speed is nothing to sneeze at. 0 to 60 in right around 6 seconds. It's got this all-wheel drive system, so you're not going to be spinning out in the rain or anything like that. It's got pretty nice roomy back seats. Here's a little straightaway right here. I'm going to just give it the beans just once before I take it back. Here we go. Lean in, and oh, I think I chirped all 4 tires. I mean, I don't know. You know, it's hard for me to hate this car as much as the Dodge purists out there absolutely despise this thing. I really don't mind it. If you're looking for just a nice little daily that's not crazy expensive, I don't feel like this is a bad option. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Pretty short and pretty sweet today. I just wanted to kind of put it out there after I saw this. I wanted to check on the prices, and sure enough, the prices on these have come way down. So if you like the Dodge Hornet, you can probably find a really good deal out there on something with not very many miles. So if you're looking for a darty, small, fun SUV, I don't know, maybe take a look at the Hornet. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below, and I'll catch you on the next one. So until then, RacerX.